Hi everybody, this is Guro Francis from Filipino Martial Arts School, and today's another episode of Bayani Talk. Hi everybody, this is Guro Francis from Filipino Martial Arts School, and today is another episode of Bayani Talk. And today I'd like to talk about tournaments or inter-school training, inter-school competition. So a couple weeks ago, I posted a video about about inter-school training and is it or inter-school competition or tournaments, is it still relevant? And quite honestly, the response that I got from that was awesome. A lot of people gave us their opinion as to how important it is to do inter-school training or tournaments. Yet then the question that I had to pose after, the follow-up question is, why is it becoming so scarce? Now, when I started Filipino martial arts about 20 years ago, there was at least an average about 3 to 4 tournaments, maybe 5, depending on what year, on average per year. Now, I live in California, and supposedly California is the mecca of FMA here in the United States. And like I said, when I started, it was very prevalent. But now, as the years went down, it went down to maybe once a year of a tournament, and that doesn't always necessarily mean you can go to it, because usually it's a qualifying tournament, like the Nationals or the World Championship for Global Stick and Blade Alliance, just as an example. So tournaments have become a rare commodity, or inter-school training has become a commodity. So then I asked the question, why is it becoming so rare? Well, one of the persons that commented was maybe because it has something to do how ineffective that their technique really is, and the instructor knew that, hence that's why that instructor chooses not to share with anybody else to show their inadequacy. Now, let me just say this. Every martial artist asks that one question. Does my stuff really work? Does the techniques that I'm learning, the hours and countless of hours of sacrifice I'm doing, learning this particular style of fighting, does it really work? Now, in a classroom setting, we could never really duplicate a real life and death situation. We could always add stressors to it, such as giving them some sort of a heightened stress response to it. I've actually done those kind of things where I've had, I was flickering the lights. I even had it turned off or turned on. I make sure that they're tired first. And then I even have a lot of blaring ambient noises as well as music, just to kind of throw off all their senses. And then, are they still willing to fight? Heck, I participated in where I got pepper sprayed just to see how it feels like, so I know that I won't die from it. So yes, I do believe in stress training. But even in stress training, it's still not real life and death situation. There's just nothing that can replace it. So I believe inter-school sparring or tournaments is one of those things where you can actually test your skills. You can see, until somebody swings a stick in your head at 50 miles an hour, you're not going to like, hey, maybe I should block, or is this my block work proficiently, or does my defense work proficiently? And on the flip side, is my strike really being effective? Am I being as efficient as possible with my strikes? Those are the questions that only tournaments can answer. When I first started, I remember I got clocked in the ribs, and I remember it hurt. I think I dislocated a couple ribs. Now, somebody questioned, then that means your defenses wasn't as great. Well, it's sad to say it's absolutely true. At that moment, at the point of at the start of my training, my defenses wasn't great, and because I didn't really understand the level of pain that it has. Let me just put it this way: how can you effectively explain how hot fire really is and how much it burns? How much fire burns you? Well, you really can't really super explain it to the point where it's at the same level of understanding as if you got burnt. It's the same thing with inter-school competition or tournaments. Until you get hit, you don't know that really hurts, and that doesn't give you the fuel to be better. And one of the things that was shared, I guess, was the reason why they don't want to share that is because it affects their bottom line. Well, for those of you guys who are doing that, that's shameful. Most of your students, I would say all your students, have come to you for one reason or the other, but most of that main reason is that they want to be able to learn how to defend themselves. And if you yourself is not confident about your style or technique, yet you're peddling it to the other people, telling them that it's effective, yet you don't have that confidence in itself, then you're doing them a disservice. Now, I'm usually the kind of person that would be that's a little bit ambiguous as far as pointing out what's right and what's wrong. But in this case, I will be very clear. If you're not doing these type of things because the reason is because you don't want people to know how inadequate your style is and hence affecting your bottom line, then you, my friend, is not my friend, and you are deplorable. Oh my goodness, these people believe that their techniques that they're learning is something that can defend themselves or their loved ones, and then you don't even have that confidence, yet you're sharing that to other people. Well, that's just wrong, and I believe that's wrong, and I really challenge anybody who wants to tell me that that's not wrong. Now, I'm not saying that the reason why you don't compete, there's other reasons why you don't compete. I'm not saying that at all, and I'm not saying you have to compete. Let me be very clear. I believe it's 100% wrong if the reason why you're not doing interschool competition or tournament because you have lack of confidence with your own techniques or your own style and you are afraid that it's going to affect your bottom line, then that's wrong because you're putting your wallet, the needs of your wallet over the needs of your students, and you, my friend, are not my friend again, but you're a deplorable, deplorable teacher. I don't know. I believe the interschool competition, interschool training, and tournaments is a crucial part of your training. If that's not a part of it, I hope you have a different reason than that, and I hope it's legitimate. But if it's for the bottom line, oh my goodness, you're sick. You're just sick. That's just my thought. Do you agree? Do you think that if a school doesn't let you compete because it affects their bottom line, do you think that's not deplorable? Comment down below. If you think it's deplorable, comment down below. Oh, and by the way, speaking of tournaments, 413 Media Group is hosting the 2019 GSBA USA Western Regional Tournament. This is, again, open tournament where everybody can compete from all different types of styles of Filipino martial arts and stick fighting and see what it takes. And at the end of it, we all shake hands and still be friends. For more information, go to www.413group.net/Western. And if you're looking for a school that does these competition, please visit us at www.fmeschool.com and sign up today. Until then, my name is Guro Francis, runner from Filipino Martial Arts School. Peace out, God bless, and keep swinging them sticks.